Backing out of the Iran deal will make any agreement with North Korea impossible or near impossible in the near term. The president's decision to decertify the Iran agreement undercut U.S. credibility, she said, and raised doubts about the value of negotiating with Washington. Under its two-year deal with the U.S. and 5 other nations, Britain, China, France, Germany and Russia, Iran agreed to cut its nuclear fuel stockpile and freeze its nuclear development program. It agreed to verification inspections by the International Atomic Energy Agency. In return, the U.S., European Union and UN would relax economic sanctions on Iran. All parties have certified that Iran is meeting its commitments. The IAEA has verified Tehran's compliance 8 times. Mr. Trump has twice certified the deal during his presidency. Mr. Trump last week said the Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the U.S. has ever entered into. However, Mr. Trump's decision last week to decertify the deal now gives the U.S. Congress the opportunity to seek tougher measures from Iran. For the president to say, "Here, Congress, it's your problem now," is an abrogation of his role as commander-in-chief, Ms. Sherman said. Not certifying opens up 60 days for Congress to snap back or reimpose sanctions on Iran, and doesn't affect the deal per se, but it will certainly chill the environment by creating uncertainty over its future. How could it possibly be in our national interest to risk Iran resuming its ambitions for nuclear weapons? How does that improve our security? Ms. Sherman negotiated with North Korea during the Clinton administration. She led the successful U.S. negotiations with Iran in her position as U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs in the Obama administration. She is now a senior counselor at the Albright-Stonebridge Group, a Washington consultancy founded by former U.S. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, and a fellow at Harvard. Mr. Trump last week said the Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the U.S. has ever entered into. He said, "We need negotiators who will much more strongly represent America's interest." The deal had thrown Iran's dictatorship a political and economic lifeline, providing urgently needed relief from the intense domestic pressure the sanctions had created. It also gave the regime an immediate financial boost and over $100 billion its government could use to fund terrorism. Iran's great enemy Saudi Arabia and other Middle East states, including Israel, had opposed the international deal with Iran. Britain, France and Germany have said they remain committed to the deal and will not support any renegotiation. In the U.S. Congress, Democrats overwhelmingly support the pact and Republicans are divided on it. Ms. Sherman made the point that, if the U.S. Congress wanted to impose further harsh sanctions on Iran over some of its other policies including support for Hezbollah, they are free to take harsher measures anyway, regardless of the Iran nuclear deal. "If we kill the deal they will go back," she said. "They would say that they were never building a bomb. The public intelligence is that they wanted the option. They will go back to enriching uranium, improving the designs of their centrifuges, building their plutonium capacity.